G'day, guys. Welcome to a brand new episode of WrestleSlam, the podcast brought to you by the Macau Casino, Cork City. And it is probably one of our best episodes of the year. It is WrestleMania week. It means we give our predictions. It means we talk matches and we get teams' take on who could possibly walk away as a champion and as a winner. I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Phil Conley and the one and only Mr. Matt Murphy. And we are the three amigos going strong. And we bring you a brand new episode. Today is Monday, the 14th of April, which means this show yet again will air Tuesday, the 15th of April, 2025 at 8 p.m. on YouTube. So all things wrestling, but guys, just be honest, it's all things WrestleMania on this show as it is predictions. And there's many matches announced. Obviously, night 1, April 19th, and night 2, April 20th. Also, guys, live at the Macau Casino, Cork City. No tickets needed. Strictly over 18s. Food, alcohol, and more served on the night. ID is required. So make sure you pop in and check out WrestleMania live on the big screens at the home of sports in Cork, the Macau Casino. So yet again, night 1, night 2, guys. And it's an interesting night 1. We're going to go straight into it. We've got many matches. We've got the War Raiders versus the New Day, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, Jared Cargill versus Naomi, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair, Gunter versus Jey Uso, and then the big one, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins. So we're going to talk about night 1 first.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting card. I just want your thoughts first of all before we talk about night 1, night 2. But Phil, Matt, does it feel like WrestleMania week? Are you happy with the cards? Phil, I'm going to go to you first.
It doesn't feel like WrestleMania week at all, even though it's only like 5 days or 6 days from now. But honestly, I think this is one of the weakest WrestleMania night. Well, how many night 1s has there been? Like 5, 6? Yeah, so this has been definitely one of the poorest lineups that I've seen. It's just like if you look through it, what's like Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte could be good. Main event will be good. But other matches are just going to be you'd see them on a SmackDown, and that's very, very bad for WrestleMania. Like, just looking through it, like there's 7 matches, and I think we're going to get an hour of video packages to fill out the night, which is kind of depressing.
Yeah. Like, you look at night 1, okay, and I'm going to be honest, okay? The War Raiders, the New Day, I'm kind of invested in that because obviously the New Day have been doing some kind of cool shit off camera.
Yeah.
Mysterio, El Grande Americano will be funny. Jade versus Naomi, that would be an interesting match. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu, that was kind of rushed.
Yeah.
They didn't really have a plan for both wrestlers, I'd be fair to say that.
Yeah.
Tiffany versus Charlotte, bit of beef at the moment. Gunter Jey Uso, obviously, is going to be a good match. And as you mentioned, Phil, the main event, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, interesting one. It's 7 matches, as you say, hot and cold, a bit of a mixture, but, you know, I'm in agreement. There has obviously been better WrestleManias, we know that, but not the worst, not the best, you know what I mean? But it'll be interesting. Maybe it'll just blow our mind on the night, guys.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, night 2, all 6 matches are, well, there's going to be one more announced, but all 6 matches are actually really good. I don't understand why AJ Styles and Damian Priest are not. No, the matches like AJ Styles, Logan Paul, and Damian Priest McIntyre are not switched out for LA Knight and Rey Mysterio. I just don't understand why everything has to be night 2. I just think night 1 deserves a bit of love too. I guess I know the main event, but I just wish that there was more. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting, because we watched WrestleMania after WrestleMania for so long, is it just, am I tired of this 2 night? Are we tired of this 2 night thing? You know what I mean? We've talked about that before, like, a lot of times.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I know I'm rushing into this subject, but part of me's kind of getting tired of the two nights. I think because I've always been like one of those guys that I do like to have the night one, just like straightforward. You commit to one night, but committing to two nights can be a lot. I understand it's not everyone's cup of tea. I understand they can actually work with WWE, especially with so many matches that you don't want to pile in. But once they kind of structure the match properly, but what's necessary, what's not necessary, you can make a good night one. But if we stick with night two, we'll stick with night two.
The only thing is with
Yeah.
night one, if you just have one night of WrestleMania, you're going to be there for 6 hours. Like
Mm.
we've had that. Me and Jerry were at the last. I think we were at the last ever one. In
The last one later, I think, was
yeah, the
it?
last one nighter one. Yeah, and that was tiring. That like we went in there at like 4 in the afternoon. Now we didn't come out till 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so like that's I know that's not the same as being on TV, but it takes a lot out of you. Like 6 hour
It
show.
does.
Like,
Yeah. Well, like, would you be in favor, lads, of like a WrestleMania one long day? So like, just say I know it starts at 2 o'clock in the day and it finishes at like say 4 a.m. air time.
yeah.
Mm.
Do you know what I'd be in
Will that
favor
be
of? Do you know what I'd be in favor of? Like the prelims in UFC.
yeah, do it that way. Like have all them matches prelim and then do main event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
I just think that you can't have 18 or not 18, but you can't have 12, 13 matches on a one show because people just get burned out. It's difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Out of,
no, I
out of
agree.
all of those, right, on night one, what match do you really, besides the main event, because we know that's going to be very good, but if you go through those 6 matches, which one do you think stands out? Like,
Mm, Matt, I'll let you go first, my man.
I think what really stands out for me, besides the main event, I know this is kind of basic. I'm gonna say Gunther and Jey Uso,
yeah,
and what's kind of upsetting about that is like they're really kind of like it's now officially under the radar. I feel like that it was like saying, oh yeah, Punk, Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Oh yeah, Cody and Cena. Those are the two big ones. And then they said, oh yeah, Jey won the Royal Rumble. We need to focus on that as well with Gunther. A lot of people is not very interested in the rivalry, but I feel like when WWE is aware of like this moment that they have about like yeah no one's showing up for this, they're gonna try and make the best they can to actually
yeah,
surprise us. They've done that in the past, so I know if I said last week probably that I was like I'm not looking forward for it, but I'm kind of hiding hopes in somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah. Interesting one. So night one, obviously, it's mind blowing night, okay? I want your predictions, okay? Phil, I'm gonna go to you first, okay? So quick fire answers. The War Raiders versus the New Day. Who wins that one?
New Day,
Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Ray,
Jade versus Naomi.
Jade,
LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship.
Fatu.
Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair, the Women's Championship on the line.
Weeks ago, I would have said Tiffany, but now I'm saying Charlotte.
Hmm.
Love it. Gunter versus Jey Uso, the World Heavyweight Championship on the line.
I won't go too much into it, but I think Jey Uso.
And the triple threat match on night one, the final match. Reigns, Punk, and Seth Rollins. Who wins that?
I think CM Punk, but Rollins should win. Seth Rollins needs a win.
I
Yeah.
love it. Right? Matt Murphy, the War Raiders versus the New Day. Who wins that one for you, my man?
New Day, give him a proper good title and heel run.
Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
El Grande Americano. I feel like that the referee is gonna get distracted and El Grande Americano revealing it's Chad Gable. That's just me saying it out loud and caught hitting Ray with the rock under the mask.
I think they're going to double mask as well. I think the mask is coming off and he's another one underneath it.
Mm.
Yeah, me too. Jade versus Naomi.
I'm gonna say Naomi. Bit of a surprise. Everyone's gonna go for Jade, but I feel like I love the unexpected win.
Love it. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
Gonna side with Phil Jacob Fatu. A big victory over him for WrestleMania.
And it would be really weird for him to lose his undefeated streak. And I've nothing against LA Knight, but like he's not going to lose his big year long undefeated streak in a match like this.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Tiffany versus Charlotte Flair.
You're gonna say Charlotte Flair for this one?
Gunther versus Jey Uso. The match you're looking forward to perhaps the most the night one.
This is upsetting to say out loud. I'm gonna go with Gunther. I feel like
Mm.
Jimmy's gonna
I love
cost.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting take. And last of all, the main event, triple threat, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and say CM Punk, but I feel like that Seth Rollins is gonna cost CM Punk somehow. But I'm gonna go with Punk.
Magic. I'm going to give my verdict quickly, okay? I'm going to go for the New Day. I'm going to go for Rey Mysterio. I'm going to go for Jade. I'm going to go for Jacob Fatu. Charlotte Flair. I'm going to go for Gunther. And I'm going to go for CM Punk. So that's our predictions, fans, for night one. Now, night two, I'll go through the matches quickly. We'll get our predictions. We'll talk about the matches. We'll get Phil and Matt's take on the matches and much more. So, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria for the tag team championships. The story for this is incredible. We've all been invested in this the last couple of days. Obviously, we were lucky enough to see Aoife/Lyra meet Bayley in Smiths. Just happened to be right behind us when they went up. Obviously, we knew LJ Clary and Debbie that day as well. Interesting match, that one, for the tag team champions. Match two, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. I've got a sneaky feeling about this match. Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. Rhea Ripley. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. So they are the 6 matches announced. Phil reckons there might be more announced, and who
There'll
knows?
be one more for certain.
Yeah, there'll be one more.
And
So
also one thing, Randy Orton facing a mysterious opponent.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's the one more, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and we'll talk about that in a sec. We'll get to the opponent, but we're going to go through the matches quickly, okay? So obviously, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Bayley, Lyra Valkyria. Matt, thoughts on that match, my man? Obviously, it's great to see Lyra WrestleMania.
Yeah, gonna have a moment, but I love Lyra Valkyria. I love it a bit. Big supporter of her. We all are, to step to say, but I can see Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez winning the match. Let me explain. Everyone, just let me explain.
Yeah.
I would love to see like Lyra is actually gonna try and crawl over to tag Bayley, and just when she's about to tag Bayley, Bayley jumps off the apron and turns on Lyra, to symbolizing that she won so many titles and she hasn't won the Intercontinental title yet. Would love to see Bayley and Lyra. I'm actually pulling for them, but I can see that I would love to see that turn happening.
Interesting take. Interesting take. Phil, are you in agreement, or do they come away as champions? And we will get the predictions in a second.
Yeah,
But in the meantime,
again, I think so. Yeah, he's right. I think they'll retain him. But again, I'd love to see it, but we'll see. But I just can't. I can't see past
Mm.
Liv Morgan. I think they're building this Liv Morgan storyline to where Raquel is going to turn on her eventually. So uh,
yeah,
it
good
wouldn't
for business.
surprise me if Liv ends up with the IC belt coming up soon.
Yes.
Because you remember
Agreement.
this Big Daddy Cool Diesel and Sean. It's similar vibes.
Similar story pattern, yeah.
Yeah.
And Lyra's on such a high, you just wonder, is Liv going to try and take that from her? And then Lyra will go on for bigger things in the months to come. But interesting takes. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Interesting match, guys.
Yeah. Again, when I heard when I heard about it, I was like, okay, but this actually could be a show stealer, and I think we should enjoy AJ Styles when we can because the days are coming to an end at WrestleMania. So, well, the next few years.
Yeah. Can I put some out there? We know Karrion Kross is fighting AJ Styles tonight. There's a bit of bit of stuff going on. Does Karrion Kross somehow get his way into this match, or is it not happening?
I don't know about in the match, but he could definitely interfere in the match.
Yeah.
Uh, I I would personally just be out if Logan Paul wins, if I'm going to be honest, lads. So I'm going to say AJ, like Phil said, Like he's gonna try and go. AJ Styles is gonna go all the way as much as he possibly can for the
Yeah,
next few years. But I'd love to see us having his WrestleMania moment at least.
yeah,
So
yeah,
he'll beat Logan Paul in a clean victory, and then Karrion Kross and Final Descent, I believe that's the name.
yeah,
Will come out and attack AJ, and I think Scarlett will actually leave like a timer, like from NXT, right next to AJ, like his time is coming.
yeah, yeah.
That's a good take. Very good take. I think a lot of fans will be interested hearing that. Next match, excuse me, next match is one I'm looking forward to. Braun Breaker, the champion, Intercontinental champion, versus Penta, Balor, Dominic Mysterio. And I'm going to be bold and I'm going to say Dominic Mysterio will become Intercontinental champion.
I
Now,
I think storyline pattern, yes, and I know, and I tend to be very right with Triple H's tactics. I don't know why. I just have a sense. I think Dominic wins and Finn Balor turns face.
yeah, I have this vision that somehow Balor gets laid out, referees fucking outside the ring or whatever, and then Dominic gets the pin and bang, he's champion.
Yeah, I
Something
think
along the lines of
you're
that,
right.
like a
Yeah, I
dirty
think
little
you're right.
legend with it.
Yeah, I think Braun Breaker will not be pinned.
Yeah, he'll spare. He'll end up sparing someone, and he'll probably hit the turnbuckle in with
Yeah,
a spare, and then he's out cold, and then something happens. Then, do you know what I mean?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Matt, thoughts on that match? You know, we're
I,
rooting for everyone Balor.
I love to see Balor winning. I'm with Jerry. I actually got a secret sneaking feeling that Dirty Dom is actually going to pick up the win at WrestleMania. I can actually see that happening. Honestly, I can see that he'll sneak his way in, kind of like that. Like we said, Braun Breaker's going to hit Finn with a spear,
Yeah.
and then
He'll pin Finn.
probably
Yeah, I
Braun will
think he'll
get.
pin Finn.
Yeah, pin Finn. They're done pin Finn, and that'll be it. And Penta and Finn and Braun is just gonna be in the middle of the ring. Like, I can't believe we fucking lost to this guy.
Yeah,
And ooh, the booze that's gonna be filling up the arena at WrestleMania. I can always feel it. I can just feel it.
He excites me, Dominic Mysterio. Even his entrance, I'm looking forward to his entrance as well, guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting match. Next match, obviously, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Sin City street fight.
Yeah.
Probably end up in the arena out in the Las Vegas. They probably end up in the
Yeah.
Bellagio or
I'm
some casino, and they're going to be beating the shit out of each other. But interesting match. Look, they're both big boys. They both had decent years last year. Lost in translation, a small but lost in transaction this year. But listen, it'll be a good match, I'm sure, guys.
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. I'm actually gonna say it was like and this is me not like grinding my gears. I feel like Drew McIntyre would have fitted in so well with Punk, Rollins, and Roman Reigns somehow.
Yeah.
Would love to see that be a good fatal four-way. And with Damian Priest, I think he would have fit in well with Braun Baker, Finn Balor, Penta, and Dirty Dom
Yeah.
in that area. So I am questioning, it's like, oh, it's just a random match put together. But no, it when you had seen that it's just going to be around the strip, around everywhere else, it can be extra work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
honestly, I'm kind of like heads and tails when it comes to to Drew and Damian Priest, to be honest. So I want to say I'm easy going. So, but yeah, if I have, I'm just looking around. Do I have like a coin that I can flip and say which? Oh, wait, okay. I randomly found a card that I'm finding that I'm not going to use off the time. So heads for Drew McIntyre, tails for Damian Priest. So I'm putting for Drew McIntyre.
Did you do McIntyre? So that's match taken out one. I absolutely love it. Now, before we get to the rest of the matches, we're going to get to a match that has not officially been announced. Randy Orton, yes, fans. Who do you think it's going to be? We're going to give our predictions right now. But Randy Orton will face an opponent yet to be known. We believed. A lot of people that we want to see that we don't think we will see. But Phil, I'm going to go to you first. Who
Yeah.
does Randy Orton face at WrestleMania?
It's a tough one. I actually want to see him fight Nick Aldis. I've talked about this already. The way they built it last week, it looks like Sequoia, but I think that might be a throwaway. I don't think anybody wants to see. So as much as I actually like Sola Sequoia, I think the match would be deflating. I think Randy Orton
Mm,
and Solo Sikoa is not a match that I don't think any of us want to see. Um,
No. So you are saying Nick Aldis.
I'm going to say Nick Aldis one. Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
is Sami Zayn, does he have a match? Or was it
Oh,
solo
he's
Sami?
oh, he's injured apparently.
Oh, he's injured as well. Okay, because I was gonna say Sammy's gonna show up and all that kind of way. Um, I still like the idea that it's just gonna be because WWE is obviously opening their doors to other companies and everything like that. So it could be like very anyone at this point. Like, um, I want to say like somebody from Randy's past that he just
Alexa
needs
Bliss.
to
Alexa Bliss.
maybe like the bit, yeah. But Nick Aldis, I can see actually taking on well, but when it comes to Randy, I honestly don't know. I haven't really thought about like Randy Orton's opponent. Um, I'm gonna say maybe Nick Aldis as well because they've been really building him up. But think of it as like a lot of people don't know who Nick Aldis is before WWE. A lot of people saw him coming in as the general GM, and everyone thought, "What else this guy?" But we know who he is. So debuting at WrestleMania will be like eyes up kind of way, but still like
Yeah. I'm gonna say, look, obviously I want Nick Aldis as well. But I'm gonna throw it out there. I would like to see Sheamus fight Randy Orton.
Yeah.
No, Sheamus has been in Ireland for the last 2 weeks, breaking his knees up in County Clare. We've seen a picture of that. Apparently, he was in Cork. He was all over the country. So, I'm not sure what's happening with Sheamus, but I would be happy to see Sheamus come out and face him. Obviously, there's Rusev and there is Aleister Black as well. So we're going to just make the rumor mill go that bit crazy. Guys, are we going to see Nick Aldis, Solo, Rusev, Aleister Black, Sheamus, or someone else? Let us know in the comments below. Right, gonna get you the rest of the matches quickly. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, triple threat for the Women's World Championship. Now, I want your thoughts on this one, guys. Who gets the win here
I
and why?
I think Bianca. Um, I just have a feeling she's going to win. I just think she's in dire need of a character change as well, like pretty much like Naomi. Um, she's been doing the same thing for like 8 years now.
mm.
It's a long time. I just think Maria doesn't win it back, and I can't see retaining. So I just going to say Bianca.
And Matt, who are you gonna go for, my man?
I'm gonna say Io Sky, to be honest. She's gonna retain the title because I know there was like a lot of as a random that she just won against Rhea Ripley. Even we said it, we said, "Oh, Rhea's gonna win this one," but I would love to see Io showing that why she deserves that title, and everything like that. Because we said this a while back. Again, love Rhea. I'm a big fan of her, but yeah, I think we need to cut her back a bit because we understand how important she is, like kind of way, but give her a break. But yeah, I'm gonna go so Io Sky myself.
Definitely. So we haven't got much left on the card, but what we will talk about is I suppose, the main event itself, and it is the one everyone's talking about. Is the headline: Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, the undisputed WWE Championship, the match that the world is talking about, the match that everyone's paying to see. Who wins that one, guys, and why?
Right, you go first, Matt.
Yeah, I'm just me inserting my way by saying do 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 do. That for God's sake. But that's a good introduction. You know what? I said it for a while. It has to be Cena. It has to be John Cena. Now look, it's upsetting for me to say out loud because I grew up watching Cena like in the ring and all that, and I'm still a fan of him. But it's kind of obvious. I know that a lot of people says that he can still wrestle, but he has to protect himself and everything like that. I would just love to see Cena actually winning the match. He needs this, I feel like, to end like his reign. He's gonna tie with Flair, and and maybe he's gonna get out of this in the most dirty, controversial way. Because we still have The Rock hovering around somewhere, so the possibilities. Um, and we said that he won't be on Raw much because of scheduling and filming and everything like that. So he's going to become something he hates. He brags about calls out people that doesn't show up to every single night because they have other commitments. He's going to become that. He's just going to become that he'll show up whenever he wants to with the title.
Yeah.
In fact, I feel like that he's not going to show up on Raw the next night with the title. Um, So I could see Cena winning this against Cody, and he'll come back, and of course he'll bring back the spinner belt. Not a lot of people will like it, but he knows how to rile up the fans. So I'm gonna say the Invisible Man himself, John Cena.
Yeah.
Love it. Phil Conley, the match we're talking about. You posted on your Facebook page the GOAT, John Cena. You had the picture up.
Yeah.
Um,
John Cena has to win.
what's the reasoning behind that? Are you rooting for Cena against our good friend Cody Rhodes?
I just think Cena's the best of all time. Um, he's the probably GOAT or both. Like wrestling wouldn't be wrestling without Hulk Hogan, obviously. Um, but yeah, in the modern time and in the last 20 years, there's nothing like John Cena. But I think John Cena has to win this match. Otherwise, the heel turn is just utter pointless. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially because I think he is on SmackDown actually this week. I said last week that he wasn't going to be on any shows, but he actually got announced afterwards for SmackDown on Friday night. So um, I think John Cena will win. Um, but how he wins is the other question, another sideways. Is Rock going to show up? Like there's a lot of questions.
He's
Mm.
definitely going to show up
And
shortly.
Rock was trending yesterday because he was wearing a New Japan jumper. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, with Cena, I think like Phil said, Cena's heel turn was probably one of the best heel turns we've seen in quite a while.
Mm.
But and I love how they're using it. I know it's like the same statements. It's just the fact that we keep talking about, oh, how's he gonna look? What's his theme song gonna be? And he just flat out says, no, you don't deserve any of the changes. You don't. And he still hasn't established his show with The Rock. So that's it. This build up is like it's gonna be wasted if Cena loses, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. So we'll quickly run through that card again. We'll get the predictions and lock them down. Night 2, April 20th, live on Netflix and live at the Macau Casino, Cork City. So Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. Phil, I'm going to go to you first. You're going to answer the first six, and Randy, okay? So Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey, Lyra Valkyria. Who wins that match?
Liv and Raquel.
AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Braun Breaker, Penta, Balor, Dominic Mysterio.
Uh, Dirty Dom, I think. Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah.
Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre needs a huge win. I'd be very disappointed if he lost. So McIntyre.
Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley.
Bianca is who I said earlier. So yeah, Bianca, I'm going to stick with it.
And the main one, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
John Cena won. Yeah, I think Cena. I think we're going to get a Cena title reign.
17-time champion.
Yeah.
Matt Murphy, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey, Lyra Valkyria.
Liv and Raquel.
AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
AJ.
Braun Breaker, Penta, Balor, Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom.
Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
After hearing what Phil says, I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre. Not just because of what the card says.
Yeah.
Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley.
Io Sky.
Ooh, like it. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
Whoopie doopie doo 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 doo, John Cena.
Does Randy Orton win the match? That's another question.
Yeah, we can't really announce it, but do we think Orton's going to win?
I do. I do.
Depending on who it is.
Yeah.
I'll go through mine quickly, right? So I'm going to be a small bit different. I'm going to go Bailey, Lyra Valkyria, right? I'm going to go AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Balor. I'm going to go Drew McIntyre. I'm going to go Rhea Ripley. And I'm going to go John Cena. Cards are locked. Lads, top the tables.
Yeah. I actually really like night two. Like night two feels proper like a WrestleMania. Like
Yeah.
I
It does.
actually think night two is something like if you took 3 or 4 matches from night one and just had all of those and that, we'd have a good one night for sure.
Mm.
Agree. Agree. It's look, Mania night two obviously for me stands out. Night one is incredible. For the fans that are traveling, have an absolute blast. Many fans from Ireland and the UK and Europe will make their way to Las Vegas, and let me tell you, Las Vegas it's a really good city. So yet again, it will be live at the Macau Casino, Cork City. Myself, Phil, and Matt will always meet up, and we'll have our food. We'll watch it in style as always. I think we're opting just for the Saturday night this year because we're all going to be baked on the Sunday. But lads, who will be our food outlet this year? We mentioned our food outlet last year. I think we're opting for the Chinese, are we?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm
And the
directing
name
a
of
short
that
film that
Chinese,
goes out.
the name of that Chinese again, Phil. It was done by
I think it was where the old Zico's was, so it's actually called the Pear Heads.
Pear Head. So the pear Chinese, have the prawn crackers ready, have the Coke Zero ready, have the 4-in-1s ready, and have that crispy shredded chicken ready. We will
I'm
be
actually,
in at about
I'm
half 10,
actually,
11 o'clock, Matt, yeah?
I'm going to be directing a short film that early that day. So it depends on how my head is read. I'm just going to be like saying like, oh, just go do that. I don't know.
And you might be drunk as well, because you might have a few drinks and a few beverages after some hard work.
You know what? Honestly, I'm cutting back on alcohol, so I'm just gonna have the good old-fashioned zero alcohol. It was like, that's me. How bad? For
At
God's
least
sake.
we know you're not going to fall asleep. That's the main thing.
I cannot make any promises, boy. I'm just gonna policy alcohol and no alcohol in me.
Definitely. Now, guys, we're going to wrap up the show. As you can see, my background has got dark. The sun has come down. It is 8:38 right now, so we've done a solid 30 plus minutes, guys. We thank you for tuning our way for our WrestleSlam Presents WrestleMania special. We do it every year. It's probably one of our best shows. We've given our predictions. We've got them locked in. Will we be right? We'll see who is the winner on next week's show. And yet again, look, we thank you for tuning our way. Don't forget, guys, WrestleMania will be live at the Macau Casino, Cork City. No tickets required, but it is strictly over 18s. Amazing food and beverages served till late, and there'll be many wrestling fans there. So from myself, Jerry, from the one and only Phil Connie, and from the one and only Matt Murphy, we will catch you next week after show post WrestleMania. Will we be surprised? Will we be happy? Will we see big returns? It remains to be seen. But look, stay tuned, subscribe, and thank you. This is WrestleSlam brought to you by Sportsman TV. Adios, guys. Enjoy WrestleMania.
Guns.